Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday. First of all, if you guys could please click that like button, leave a comment. I don't care what it is. I really appreciate it. It super helps the channel out. Click that subscribe button if you haven't. Turn notifications on if you haven't. We're back in the shop. In the last video, I told you guys we got a new shop car. Today I'm gonna unveil it. So it is, drum roll please. Ta-da! I know it doesn't look like much, guys. I know, but you gotta have vision. You gotta be able to see past all the ugliness. You gotta see past what other people did and didn't know what to do. You gotta see past the damage. You gotta see what it was, what it could be. You gotta have a vision. So anyways, this is a 1993 Honda Del Sol. It's pretty much a totaled car. It's gone. But I picked this car up for $100. And what's cool about this one is it's Samba green. Now I know what you guys are thinking. It's not really Samba green anymore. But look what we do, guys. We paint cars. It's what we do. So, like I said, you gotta look past. And the fact that this is an original Samba green car just kind of holds the originality of the DNA of the vehicle a little more. So we will be redoing this entire vehicle in Samba green. Now obviously the core support is missing, so long story short, this car in its lifetime was wrecked, and then somebody that probably didn't have the right tools and maybe not the right knowledge attempted to do a core support, but they didn't weld it in. They just kind of tech screwed it in and bolted some things on. They probably drove it around like that for a while, and then they got in another accident, because you can see that this hood is not a Samba green hood, it's a black hood. So anyways, they got in another accident, which actually tweaked the core support that they put on a little bit. And the thing about Del Sols is they're a lot different than the regular Civic chassis, and every part is unique. And these cars are starting to go extinct, guys. I mean, stock headlights are $500. You can't find fenders, hoods. You can't buy aftermarket core supports like you can for the Civic. Even the cheap headlights and the tail lights are 150, 200 bucks. So parts are going extinct for these cars. Luckily, I have a parts car out back. It's the same parts car that we used to repair this one. So this one looked identical to that one when I before it was green. So that has a new core support on it, new fender. So we did rob some parts. So we do over here have the core support that I took off the car, and at first I thought it wasn't savable, but after looking at it, it's still has a memory. It likes to go back to where it was, so it's got a little tweak. Obviously they kind of mangled it when they were drilling the spot welds. Looks like they probably were having a hard time. But anyways, guys, it is totally savable. It's not that bad. You can see it's definitely not at the right angle. I think it will tweak back into place. A little hammer and dolly action. We'll clean up the drilling marks. We'll grind it down to bare metal. We'll get the flanges nice and flat and clean. We will apply weld through primer from 3M on the core support and the frame rails of the chassis before we get this thing bolted tight into place, because we want to have these flanges as tight to the frame rails of the chassis as possible to achieve good penetration and good weld and make it nice and strong again. So if I could find another core support, I probably would, but I believe with about an hour's time we could have this core support damn near perfect again, and I think it'll be just fine. They even sell these made in Japan Honda Motor Company decals brand new. So after we get it all installed and we paint the engine compartment again, we will be applying another Honda of Japan or made in Japan Honda Motor Company decal as well. So anyways, guys, I have this sitting on the stand. So by no means is this car a big priority right now, but I know some of you guys are here for the Del Sol content from this one. So I'm really excited to be building another Del Sol. I don't really have the purpose to keep it long terms. It will be for sale, I believe, at some point. I don't know when, but for now, the main objective is to get this core support straightened up. Get these frame rails kind of straightened up. Like I said, get this all straight like it should be. Grind the paint off. Get everything nice and flat with a hammer and dolly. And then we'll be installing the core support. And then once that's welded in, we'll go ahead and take the lines and the harnesses out. And we'll prep the engine compartment and we will refinish it in Samba green. Now, before I actually nail and weld in the core support where I want it, I would like to get a new hood and front bumper and maybe some headlights and fenders as well, to kind of do a nice dry test fit of all the body panels before we weld in everything. But the thing about most cars, and Hondas especially, is there is holes on the end for alignment. So it kind of goes where it goes. It doesn't really matter if we have the headlights and stuff, but it's just nice. Doesn't take long to just do a quick test fit on things. But there are alignment holes. There's really not much play, but since this thing was wrecked and the core support technically was tweaked, it would sure be nice to ensure that we have a good hood and front bumper at least before we weld in the core support. We don't want to get this thing welded in, painted and everything, and then realize, oh no, we have a big problem. We got to go back and do some metal work and ruin our finish. So the cool thing about this car, like I said, is it's an original Samba green car. It's a very desirable color in this body. Interior is pretty much complete. I have a parts car that's complete interior as well, so I'm not too worried about it. Obviously the seats are all torn like that, but it is cool that it has the green stripe to match the car. There's the color code sticker. We're gonna try to salvage this. Obviously it's got the standard cracks in the door jamb here on the B-pillar, where the strikers always crack. So we're gonna come in, we're gonna try to see if we can't weld these up without damaging this decal. I'd love to salvage these decals and tape them all off nicely with 3M fine line tape. Even the airbag decal I'd like to save if I can't get repops. But I really didn't want to refinish the jambs because I can get all this overspray off and just refinish the exterior. But after seeing these cracks, which they're all cracked there, almost all of them, I kind of think that it's necessary that we do come in and we reinforce this and do the best we can. I have a feeling we'll have to get rid of this decal, but if I can get a repop made, I will. I'm sure we can get it made. So it is an automatic chassis. We will be adding manual transmission pedals and getting rid of the automatic shifter. It does have an automatic P28. This was an SI model. It also has factory rear disc brakes since it's an SI. Target top, everything, the seals are all intact. The car is actually straight, guys. I have no idea why anybody spray painted gray primer all over this car. I have no idea. I get that they wrecked the front end, but it would have looked a lot better two-toned in factory paint than it does spray canned gray. I don't think these guys were Honda enthusiasts at all, whoever did this. So it's just absolutely awesome, guys, that it is Samba green. I'll probably be refinishing the engine compartment, the door jambs of the chassis. I think the back sides of the doors are fine. We'll just clean them up and detail them. I don't want to get too crazy on this, guys. You can see it's all Samba green under there, in good shape. I do have the optional spoiler on the other parts car that we will be adding on this. We're going to kind of go OEM Plus is the theme of this car. We're going to do Samba green, try to include all the best options that you could get from the factory on this car from Honda. It's got front and rear disc brakes. It's got power steering rack. Didn't come equipped with air conditioning, so that's kind of odd. So that probably was an option that they either had taken out or it just didn't come on the SIs, I'm not sure. So I did have a single cam m-tek motor in it. It was taken out before I got it, which is fine. It was high mileage anyway, I don't want it. So we'll either be looking for a clean D16 Z6 single cam m-tek swap for this, because I do have a good 5-speed transmission right here that I got from the Civic Coupe parts car that I have, that we could put in. Obviously finding a nice V16 swap for it would be ideal. Don't think it's in the budget, but we will be refinishing this car. So for now, the main focus is just make the car a car again by getting that core support straightened up, welded in, fitted, paint the engine compartment, and at that point it will be a rolling good chassis again. I still need a passenger side fender, a hood, bumper, headlights. Somebody put Altezza taillights in it, so if anybody has some factory taillights, headlights, let me know. If you're local, even better. But this is awesome, guys. Really pumped. It's all pretty much intact. I got the bumper rebar, it's in good shape. I got a rocker panel, it's got some spray paint on it, but we can clean it up. My parts car actually has 2 rockers that are still good raw plastic, the textured plastic look. So really pumped about the Samba Green Del Sol. So yes, the fact that it's rear disc brake, original Samba Green, power steering, power brakes. Right now we currently have some 2004 Honda Civic hybrid wheels. They're super lightweight. They actually kind of fit the body and they fit the year of the vehicle. They look kind of retro. They probably won't be staying. It's on KYB struts and eBay coilovers, so we'll probably be changing that out to like some H&R springs, probably just some lowering springs, just keep it simple. It does have some like billet control arms. It's not exactly pretty underneath. I do have a new rear bumper for the car. So for now, I got it all pressure washed, wheel wells inside and out. Took off the front end, pressure washed, because we'll probably be redoing some undercoating after the engine compartment's painted. We're gonna redo the Samba Green under the hood. We do need a new hood. So if anybody's got some parts for a Del Sol or a parts Del Sol or a Del Sol that they don't want, hit me up, get a hold of me. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think? I know it might be hard to see it for some of you guys, but the frame rails are straight, the car's intact. Besides the hood and the core support, which we'll replace, the car is straight. It's not all dented up. All we gotta do is strip all this gray spray paint off and we'll be back down to the original Samba Green, and then we'll go ahead and do some minor body work, whatever it needs, and refinish it. And you know what? So if anybody's interested, let me know. As of right now, it's just kind of it's low on the totem pole as far as priority and projects, but what we can do for free is get that core support welded in and get this engine compartment painted up. So windshield's all intact. It's been replaced. It's not the original glass, but it is a newer windshield that has no cracks in it. So as far as mileage, let's actually go take a look at that. It does have 243,000 miles on it, so it's pretty high mileage. It's had its time, so it's time for a redo. So that's nothing though. I got about 312,000 or so on that green Del Sol. 312,000 miles, and it looks like that. So we can turn this into that with a little bit of effort and a little bit of love. So anyways, guys, we're just gonna be going OEM plus on this. We'll do some mild upgrades as far as the suspension, probably wheels and tires. And as far as the power placement, I don't have anything in plan yet. Maybe we'll do a K-series swap. Maybe we'll sell it as a rolling chassis that's all restored. I don't know yet. So anyways, if you guys love this, let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for more updates on this. And I know you guys, some of you guys love the Del Sol content, so like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.